And now we're moving on to the save and share documents part of this unit. And the first skill within this section would be to save documents in alternative file formats. So how to save a file as a PDF or maybe a text file. So for this one, we'll save a copy of this document in your documents folder as a plain text file named Einstein. So we're going to click the File tab to do that, and then click Save As. And then we're going to browse and make sure that we save this in our Documents folder on your exam. So I'll click my Documents folder. Okay, so within my Documents folder, here is the file name that we put in, Einstein, and we want to change the Save As type. You'll either change it to a PDF or a plain text format, or maybe even a rich text format. But I believe the plain text is asked of us in this task, so we'll say plain text, and then we'll save it, and then just click OK. And that'll save a copy of this as a plain text file. So there would be a Word document that we're currently working on, as well as a plain text file that you just created. So for the second skill within the save and share documents part of this unit, we're asked to modify basic document properties. So what we're going to, or what the task is going to look like on your exam, and it'll ask you to, in the file properties, add neuroscience as a subject. So we have to look for the file properties, which is in the File tab. So we'll click on that. And then from here within the Info tab, and then to the right, we have all of the properties. Well, not all of the properties. We have some of the properties. So to display all of them, you have to click Show All Properties, and then some more options come up. So if you were asked to change the status or the comments or what the subject was, you could reveal those by clicking Show All Properties. So the one that we're looking for is the subject. So in the subject box to the right here, we have to click in, or you could copy and paste right from the task. So that's what I like to do on my exam. Just make sure you don't copy and paste the quotation marks. Just copy whatever is in between the quotation marks and then paste it right in that subject box. So I'll just copy and paste it, and then I'll click right outside of it. Don't put a space here because sometimes they'll mark you wrong for that. Just once you've got that copy and pasted there, just click right outside the box, and then you've completed that task. So the third skill within the save and share documents section of this unit is how to modify print settings. And I can't say that this will be on your exam. It's more likely to be on the PowerPoint exam. This doesn't show up a lot on these versions of the Word exam, but just in case, we can go over what you could be asked on your exam in case you have to modify print settings, but I don't think it's very likely. But if you were, you might have to change the copies. So number of copies, you could move up to 5 copies, and maybe you want to print off all versions of the first page before any versions of the second page are created. So we would choose uncollated, and then you might have to change the orientation as well, or maybe how many pages per sheet, maybe 2 pages per sheet. But again, I don't think you'll be likely to be asked those types of questions on your exam. For the last skill, this is very unique to the 2019 version of this Word exam. We're going to share documents electronically. And one way to do that would be to modify the document to remove it from compatibility mode. So let's turn this document into compatibility mode so you know what that is. So basically, if you were dealing with someone who had an older version of Microsoft Word, like the 2013, 2010 versions, Microsoft Word 2019 on your computer would recognize that and turn the document into compatibility mode. You would lose some of those newer features, but at least you'd be able to work on the document together, and it wouldn't shut the person out from things that you've added. So in the 2019 version, it wouldn't cause problems because it would be compatible with an older version. So the way you would do that, again, this part it won't be on your exam, but I just wanted to show you behind the scenes how you would turn something into a compatibility mode. So I'm using Word 2019. If I wanted to save this as an older file that I'm working on with someone who has an older version, maybe like really old, 97 to 2003. So they've got a really old version of Microsoft Word. Okay, I'm just going to save it anywhere. And they continue. So they give you a little warning there that said some of the controls and things that you enjoy in 2019 won't be available in this compatibility mode. Okay, so someone was using an older version of Microsoft Word, and now you have the Microsoft Word 2019. So if you wanted to work with them and keep working with them, you would keep this compatibility mode on, but maybe their part is done and they've sent it over to you. And now you want the new features in 2019. So you have to turn off this compatibility mode. If you want to keep working on the document, but have access to the new things that they've added in 2019, like 3D models and that kind of thing, you would go to the File tab. And then on the Info tab, because this is in compatibility mode, we can convert this and then press OK. And notice how the compatibility mode went away on the status of this document. So it's telling us now that, okay, now you have full access to the 2019 version. But again, that probably wouldn't work well if you're still collaborating and you have to send it back to the person. So this is only used if you want to basically update the version of Microsoft Word.